Alright, so we got the 1080 spoilers, and this chapter is pretty exciting, but not because of the stuff that was happening at the end of the previous with, Shanks taking out Kid. We're not continuing that. We're not finding out what happens afterwards. I mean, go figure. We're not even finding out what happened afterwards on Egghead, because we just got the reveal of the traitor with York. No, we're actually shifting over to one of the other subtle storylines that have been going on, and that's with Sword versus the Blackbeard Pirates, because that's pretty much what this chapter is about. It's also, takes place on Beehive/Pirate Island, which is also interesting. That's like the home base of the Blackbeard Pirates, also the former headquarters, I guess you can say, of the Rocks Pirates. Also just, a really big, iconic pirate area, more so back in the day than in the contemporary time. But before we go any further, let me just explain how we got to this point. So, a couple months back, we saw Blackbeard go after Hancock on Amazon Lily, seemingly randomly, I guess. I mean, I'm sure there was a purpose to it. He was trying to get her devil fruit for some reason. But coincidentally, at the same time, KOBY was also going after Hancock to arrest her, because of the whole abolishment of the warlord system. And long story short, after a scuffle, Blackbeard wound up just taking KOBY instead as his prisoner. And we were wondering, why did he do that exactly? I mean, we can understand on the surface why, but there had to be more to it. And we're actually finding out in this chapter why he did it, what his big plan is for that. But also, it was revealed that Garp had found out about this, and he didn't take too kindly to it because, KOBY is kind of like his new grandson, I guess you could say. He's been training him and whatnot. So he decided to go after KOBY himself. And we saw him recruit some of the other Sword members that were near Egghead Island, and we're going to be touching on them too in this chapter. So the Blackbeard pirates that are present in this battle are SHIRYU, VASCO, PIZARRO, and SANJUAN Wolf. They are devil fruit users. Avalo PIZARRO has the island fruit with which he can control the island. SANJUAN Wolf has the inflated fruit, and VASCO has the liquor fruit. So that's fascinating. First of all, we're getting the reveal of PIZARRO's fruit. PIZARRO is one of the least known about Blackbeard pirates, I guess. He's hardly done anything. He's hardly even said anything. So it's nice we're getting the reveal in his fruit. And on paper, this seems like one of the greatest devil fruits ever, right? I mean, I haven't seen the page, haven't really gotten any more information than what we're reading here. But considering that most of the One Piece world is comprised of islands, it seems like he's almost always at an advantage. I mean, if you're not on the Red Line or on a pirate ship or some other man-made thing, you're on an island. And if you're facing against PIZARRO, you're basically gonna lose, I guess. Not really sure how powerful it is. I mean, at first thought, I was like, does this just make him an awakened Logia and the island becomes Play-Doh to him or something? Or at least he kind of becomes the way that Green Bull does when he starts getting serious with his Logia fruit, incorporating himself into the island. Not really sure how far it goes, but it's probably busted. Hey guys, but real quick, I just want to talk about GamerSupps because I love this stuff. I take it almost every day before I have to do the work that I have to do with YouTube, the editing, the research, all that stuff. It helps so much because it doesn't just have caffeine in it like coffee or whatever. It also has nootropics, which make me feel so focused, energized, and calm all at the same time. Really great stuff. Now, I don't go to school, and I know that a lot of you do, so this would definitely will help with your studying and anything else you have to do. And I know we're coming towards finals, so I know things are getting pretty stressful for you guys, and if anything can help, it will be GamerSupps. Check out their mango meta flavor, blowhole blast, Misfits melon, dragon fruit, citrus lemonade. They've got tons of flavors and they're all fantastic. So check out the link in the description and make sure you use code BIGZ. That way it'll give you a great discount and you'll be helping me out too. Thanks, guys. SANJUAN Wolf, we're getting the reveal on his fruit too, which we've been speculating about years now, because I think in a Viver card, it was kind of teased that he had a fruit like this because it said that he was so big, large in part to the devil fruit that he ate. I mean, he's inherently big because he is a giant, but on top of that, he has the inflated fruit, which, I guess inflates him. So that's why he's as big as he is. I think he might be the biggest person in the One Piece world that's not like a creature or something, possibly. And then VASCO liquor fruit, I guess it just makes him stronger the more drunk he is, because whenever we see VASCO, he always looks drunk, so I guess he is, because his fruit makes him stronger. And no, that's not the official ability. We're only going on from what we're reading here, but I'm just assuming that's what it is. Sword members are Hibari, Prince Gross, and KUJAKU. TSURU'S granddaughter, Okay, so that's pretty cool. We saw Hibari and Prince Gross when Garp was recruiting Sword members back on Egghead, but I don't think we saw Kujaku, right? If we go back to like 1061, I don't think we saw Kujaku, unless Kujaku was Dahl, Vice Admiral Dahl. Is that like another translation for that? Unless we just haven't seen her yet, and she's TSURU'S granddaughter. And that's kind of significant because TSURU was like Garp's partner in crime, right? They had like a unit going on with Sengoku, and she was like, you know, the Sakura of the Sasuke and Naruto thing they had going on. Koby's reward is 5 stars, or about 500 million berries, thanks to his fame. So this might be a fun little way of Oda telling us what Koby's bounty would be, because it's kind of like a reverse bounty, right? This is like to rescue him instead of to bring him in, you know, like a normal bounty. So does that mean that Koby would be worth 500 million? I mean, I guess so. Meaning that he is getting power scaled to around that level? Possibly. Can't confirm that, of course. I mean, I would have argued that Koby was around the 1 billion berry bounty level before he got, you know, embarrassed by Blackbeard, I guess. I was pretty high on Koby, but now, you know, he's where he should be, I suppose. Perona is also on the island to rescue Moria. So she got there somehow. We saw that, you know, she did find out about this by reading the paper, you know, the whole thing that was going on with Moria and Blackbeard. And then she just left Mihawk to go after him. But we also didn't find out what happened with Moria. Like, he showed up to Pirate Island, you know, confronting Blackbeard, trying to get Absalom back. But it turns out that Absalom was taken out and his fruit was taken as well, you know, his invisible fruit given to Shiryu. And then Blackbeard like requested that Moria join him, but then Moria was like apprehensive about it, and we don't know what happened. So I'm assuming that Moria joined him, because like if he doesn't, then what other path does Moria have at this point? So if Moria does join Blackbeard, then I guess Perona will by proxy as well. In a brief flashback, we see that Blackbeard kidnapped Koby to negotiate with the world government for Pirate Island to become an official country under government control. Kuzan explains that the government will not negotiate for someone from Sword. Oh, so this is it. This is why Blackbeard took Koby, and it's for protection from the world government to make Pirate Island a country as well. Interesting. It just seems a little too late at this point, right? Because I'm assuming the trajectory of the series, everything's gonna come to a big crash. Like, there's gonna be complete anarchy. Like, world government is gonna go down, everything, right? So I don't know. I mean, Blackbeard obviously doesn't know that. Maybe his 40-year plan that he has going on doesn't foresee that happening anytime soon, but I think it will. So I'm not really sure where this is going for Blackbeard. I mean, this is of course a part of his plan to get the One Piece. Everything that we've seen him been doing since he was a kid has been for that purpose. So this is going to play into that somehow. But also it's interesting Kuzan saying that the world government will not negotiate for someone from Sword. I think this is because they don't really like Sword that much, because I think Sword represents what the Marines truly are. Like, they're all like the real good people, the ones who truly want justice, like what the Marines truly should be, not the, you know, corrupt farce that it's become due to the Celestial Dragons. Because, you know, we see the two sides of it. We see Cypher Pole, which is, you know, Aegis, which is like the shield, and then we have the other side, the sword. And the Aegis, you know, Cypher Pole are obviously direct servants to the Celestial Dragons, essentially, or just the world government, which is one and the same. Sword, not so much, kind of, they're doing like their own undercover work. Like, they're doing, you know, real good stuff, I suppose. They're trying to do the right thing. And I think, and it's not confirmed, of course, but I think Garp is probably the leader of Sword. And like I said, it's supposed to represent what the Marines should be. And also, you know, Garp is a D after all, and he refused to become an admiral because he didn't want to directly serve under the Celestial Dragons and be at their beck and whim and have to defend them at all times, you know? So I'm thinking that's what this represents. And I also think that once the series is basically come to an end and Luffy has overthrown the Celestial Dragons and the world government and everything, I think the Marines will still be a thing, but they'll just be controlled by, you know, the people who should be controlling them in the first place. Not necessarily Garp, because I think he's probably going to die, but Kuzan might become the fleet admiral, you know, Koby, Smoker, they're going to be like admirals or whatever. Pretty sure that's the trajectory of things from here, but we'll see what happens. Because there can't just be mass anarchy forever. Like, there has to be Marines in the world, or at least in my opinion. I'm sure even Luffy would agree with that. We see the powers of Hibari. a sniper who uses Vegapunk weapons. Prince Gross, he has the mud fruit. And Kujaku, she has the whip fruit. So that's pretty cool. Hibari, you know, that girl that we saw back at 1061, she's a sniper as well, and she has Vegapunk tech, which is crazy. I'm really curious to see how powerful that is. Now, I'm not going to jump the gun and say that she's stronger than Usopp, because he has a lot of plot armor on his side, but she's probably more capable than he is, if that makes sense. And then this guy, Prince Gross, he has the mud fruit. I'm not sure if this is a Logia. It sounds like it could be, because, you know, Caribou has the swamp fruit, which is a Logia. So maybe that's like the best version of this, and Gross has like the fruit that's like a tier below that. And as for Kujaku, she has the whip fruit. That sounds pretty explanatory. At the end of the chapter, Garp joins the rest and destroys several buildings with his hockey and fist. So that's a pretty exciting ending, and I hope this leads into us seeing Garp getting to a real fight in the next chapter. I mean, he's not going to be fighting Blackbeard, but he might fight Shiryu, who might kill him? Maybe not. I think if anyone is going to kill Garp, it's going to be Blackbeard. You know, it kind of has to, so that Luffy has more motivation to take him down. As I've said many times before, sound like a broken record, sorry guys, but I think Garp is going to do some crazy stuff before he gets taken out. I mean, him already destroying buildings is pretty cool, and I think the spoilers originally said that he destroyed an island, and that's not off the table yet. But you know, then again, Garp is old, he is aging like Whitebeard, except he wasn't dying the way that Whitebeard was, so he'll probably have more impressive displays of power, I suppose. He might even defeat the Blackbeard pirates that are here. Maybe that's why Blackbeard comes and kills them. We'll see what happens. Let me know what you think about this chapter in the comments, guys, and if you like the video, please give it a like and please subscribe if you haven't already. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.